So about a week or so ago, I put out a video titled "The Principle and a Promise." And the people who took the time to listen to it, they said it moved them. They said it motivated them. It inspired them. They, after hearing it, they walked away with a message. And so then after that, I started thinking about what my next video was going to be. I wanted to, do something else. I want to, start doing, weekly videos, and I couldn't think of, something else to speak on. I kept thinking about it. I kept thinking, and I couldn't come up with anything. So finally I took a break from thinking about it, and I went on with the rest of my week. Well, shortly after that, some sort of moment of clarity set in. My message became clear as far as the next thing I was going to speak on. What happened was I had an epiphany. And with that epiphany, it led me to a scripture in the Bible. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 36, which said, you need to have endurance and perseverance so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive all that He has promised. And I thought about that. And the message that came to me was, we all want to be successful in life. We all want to be financially free. We all want to be able to live a life comfortable, that we can enjoy. But the question that came to me was, how do we get that? How do we get that life? How do we get there? Chase money? But while I was thinking about that, I felt like God spoke to me. And He said, you so focused on building your money up that you're losing sight of what I sent you to do. He said, I didn't send you down there to build your money up. I sent you down there to build people up. That's why I sent you. That's why I gave you the gift you have. That's why I gave you the ability to be able to speak like you can. That's why I gave you the gift of being able to change people, to inspire people, lift people, or motivate people. You're losing sight of why I sent you. He said, I didn't send you down there to build your money up. I sent you down there to build people up. See, that's why I sent you. But He said, you're human. And it's natural for, you to want to provide a better lifestyle for your family. You don't want to be living, check to check, scraping for nickels and dimes. He said, I get that. I understand that. But He said, this is what I'm going to do for you. He said, I'm going to send you 2 people this week. Just 2 people. Just 2. And one is going to be a person that you do know. And the other is going to be a person that you don't know. And He said these 2 people, they are going to reach out to you and express how much you have changed their life. They're going to express how much You have inspired them to be better. How much you've inspired them to not stay on the ground and get up and rise and live again. And he said, after both of these interactions, the reason I sent you will become more clear. You will start to see that your success will not come from building your money up. Your success will come from building people up. He said, when you invest your time and money, he said, it can be here today or gone tomorrow. He said, but when you invest your time in building people up who have been broken, who have been damaged, who have been given up on, he said, when they bounce back, their mouthpiece will become the birth of your success. He said, I'm gonna say that one more time so you get what I said there. He said, don't invest your time in chasing money and building money. He said the money gonna be there. He said what's more important is you making a connection and building people up who have been broken, given up on, overlooked, spit on, kicked, all that. He said when you help build them up and they remember that you were the person that got them back on their feet again, he said what's gonna happen is they gonna feel the need to tell somebody about you. And their mouth is gonna become the birth of your success. He said each and every person that you touch, that you change, that you inspire, he said when they get back on their feet again and when they feel lifted, they gonna wanna tell somebody. And he said, I'm here to tell you, son, that money cannot do that for you. Only people can. There's no greater compliment in the world than a person being able to do that. And so the first person was a person that I didn't know. And I ran into this young lady on Instagram. And she left a comment on one of my pictures and she said, I've been following you for a while now. And she said, the way you inspire people, what makes it special is you display a certain level of empathy when you inspire folks. So when you inspire people, you come off as relatable. You come off, like you've been there through the same struggles they've had. And she said, ever since I've been following you, she said, I've lost 10 pounds because of that. And I just wanted to thank you for that. She said, you never know who you inspire. She said, but since I've been following you, there's some sort of energy or drive or passion that you got about what you, that it spills over and it spreads to other people. And it touched me and I lost 10 pounds behind that. And I just wanted to thank you. And when I read that message, I was humble. I was humble. Because a lot of the messages and inspirational things that I get from people, I get from them out the blue. And for them to want to be able to pay attention to me because they feel like they can get something from me that'll lift their day, I know that's my true calling. I know I'm doing what God sent me to do. I know I'm doing God's will. And as long as I'm doing God's will, everything I ask for, He'll give me.